Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here. And in today's video, we're going to be talking through a couple player props I like on Prizepicks for today's MLB slate on Friday, June the 21st. We got a full slate of MLB games tonight like we typically do on Fridays, and I've got two early player props that I do like for this slate on Friday, taking a first look at the board on Friday morning. So we're going to talk through these two plays. We're going to share why I like them. As always, guys, before we do get started breaking down the plays, if you do enjoy these Prizepicks videos and if they do help you out, make sure to hit that like button down below. If you guys have not yet, hit that subscribe button as well. And also, if you are new to Prizepicks and if you don't have an account on Prizepicks, you can sign up linked down below in the description, or just make sure to use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up for Prizepicks, and you will get your first deposit matched up to $100. And we do also have a partnership with Sleeper. If you guys want to check out Sleeper, you can do so, linked down below in the description, or again, just use that promo code NOAH over on Sleeper to get your first deposit matched up to $100. And if you don't know what Sleeper is, they are a DFS pick'em app similar to Prizepicks, where you're picking over, under, more or less on player projections. You build out your entry. You can make up to an 8-pick entry on Sleeper, and you can win up to 100x your money. And Sleeper does do a lot of discounts and a lot of promotions throughout the week. Typically, I think it's every Wednesday and every Sunday they will do discounts. And also, if you are a new user, Sleeper will give out free squares to all new users. So once you sign up, make a deposit, use that code NOAH, you'll automatically get some free squares added to your account, free picks that you can use towards any entry. So check out Sleeper, guys, if you have not yet, and make sure to use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up. But let's go ahead and talk through the props that I'm liking for this Friday slate. And we got two plays for today. Both the plays I'm liking are going to be pitching outs props. So we're going to take a look at the first prop I'm liking, which is Chris Paddack, more than 16.5 pitching outs. And let's talk through this prop on Paddack and why I like this one. So if you do look at Paddack's game log lately, it's a little inconsistent. You know, he only went 5 innings against Texas, but then bounced back, went 5 2/3 innings against Kansas City. Then he only went 4 innings in a tough matchup against the Yankees, but then bounced back and went, like 6 1/3 innings? Over 6 innings against the Rockies. And then in his last start against Oakland, he did really struggle. But for one, his line last start against Oakland was 17.5, and it was juiced heavily towards the over. This line, I think it actually opened up at 15.5, but a lot of people have been betting the over on this, and it's bumped the line up to 16.5. I still like the over here on 16.5 pitching outs for Paddack. And I know he did struggle in his last start against Oakland, in this same matchup. But this is probably one of the better matchups you can get as a starting pitcher. I mean, Oakland has been pretty bad offensively this season. They haven't been as bad as they were last season, but they're still one of the worst offenses in the league. And if you look at their splits versus right-handed pitching this season, Oakland does rank pretty poorly in terms of their numbers against righties. Not only are they a bad offensive team, but they also will strike out a lot. Oakland does have the second highest strikeout rate versus right-handed pitching this season. But if you look at their average against righties, they rank 27th. If you look at their on-base percentage, they rank 25th. Slugging, they rank 25th. OPS, they rank 25th. ISO, they rank 19th. And then WRC+, they rank 20th. So they're pretty much bottom 10 in most offensive metrics versus right-handed pitching this season. So this is a really good matchup for Paddack. I know he did struggle in his last start against the A's, but that'll happen. Pitchers are not going to pitch perfect every game. They're going to have starts where they get blown up. Even the best pitchers in the league will have starts where they get blown up. And I would say that's just what happened with Paddack last start. I mean, he only went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 5 runs. Just was not a good start overall. Would expect him to bounce back here in what is a good matchup. It's also a good pitcher's park. This game's going to be played in Oakland, and Oakland's ballpark is one of the more pitcher-friendly parks in the league. It's a very big ballpark. To hit home runs in Oakland, you got to hit the ball really hard and get it out of that ballpark. So I would expect Paddack to bounce back here. Like this pitching outs prop on Paddack. Paddack's typically had a pretty long leash as well. When he's pitching well, usually they'll let him go 85, 90 pitches, if not more than that. Like in this matchup against the Rockies, when he went 6 1/3 innings, he threw 93 pitches in that start. He only threw 85 pitches against the Yankees when he only went 4 innings. But if you look at that start, I mean, he had given up 6 hits and 7 runs through those 4 innings. But then, he pitched relatively well against Kansas City. He did give up 5 hits, 4 runs, but they still let him throw 88 pitches. So if he's pitching well, he's going to have a pretty long leash, and they'll probably let him go 85, 90 pitches, possibly, deeper into the game. I know the Twins bullpen they've had to use a lot of arms lately. I think they've played in extra inning games. Like, I think their last 2 games have been extra inning games. So they've had to use a lot of their bullpen lately. I'm sure they would like to get some length out of Paddock here. I think Paddock's got a good chance of going 6 innings today if the pitch count can stay in check. And in this matchup against a pretty poor offensive team in a good hit or in a good pitcher's park, I like this over on 16.5 pitching outs for Paddock. And I was looking at sportsbook odds, like right now on Pinnacle, this line is minus 133, juiced towards the over. So even though this line opened at 15.5, juice is still pretty heavily on the over on 16.5. I'm fine taking it at 16.5. I do like this play quite a bit. So that's the first prop I like for tonight. And then the other prop that I like is another pitching outs prop. We're going to be taking an under here. Patrick Sandoval, less than 17 pitching outs. And let's talk through this prop on Sandoval and why I like this one. So Sandoval, if you look at his game log lately, he has pushed or gone over this line in 3 of his last 5 starts for what that's worth. However, if you look at the season, for this season as a whole, he has pushed or gone under this line in 10 out of 15 starts. So, 66% of his starts this season, he's gone under this line or something close to that. Let's see if I do the math in my head. Yeah, I think like 66 or 70%, something like that, of his starts this season, he's gone under this line. And this is a really, really tough matchup for Patrick Sandoval facing the Dodgers. The Dodgers, not only are they a great offensive team that doesn't really strike out a lot, they're also a very patient team. The Dodgers are seeing the 3rd most pitches per plate appearance this season, which basically means they take a lot of pitches. They're not just going to go out there and just start swinging away at the first pitch they see. This Dodgers team's really patient. You've got to throw strikes for them to swing. I mean, they're not going to chase a bunch of pitches. If you look at their strikeout rate this season against left-handed pitching, the Dodgers have just an 18.4% K rate versus lefties, which is 5th lowest in the league. They're also a high walk team. They have their top 10 in walk rate versus left-handed pitching. And then if you look at their offensive metrics, they've been crushing lefties this year. 2nd best batting average, best on-base percentage, best slugging percentage, best OPS, best ISO, and best WRC plus versus lefties this season. So the Dodgers have some of the best numbers in the league overall against lefties. Now, it does hurt a little bit that right now they are without Mookie Betts. Obviously, Mookie Betts is a great hitter. But even without Mookie Betts, this is still a really good lineup. And Patrick Sandoval is not a terrible pitcher by any means, but he is a pitcher that can sometimes struggle with command. And if you look at pitches per plate appearance this season for pitchers, Patrick Sandoval is he's averaging 4.11 pitches per plate appearance, which is tied for 8th most in the league. So Patrick Sandoval is a pitcher that does throw a lot of pitches per at bat. And this Dodgers team is a team that is patient and will take a lot of pitches. So I definitely could see this being a start where, even if Sandoval doesn't give up a ton of hits and doesn't give it up a ton of runs, he could still struggle to go 6 innings with how patient this Dodgers team is. I could see a scenario where he gets through 5 innings and he's at like 90 pitches. Maybe they put him back out there for the 6th, but there's a good chance they probably wouldn't. Either way, I think Sandoval will probably struggle to get through 6 innings here, which is what he will have to do to go over this line. If he goes 5 2/3 innings, it would technically be a push. We wouldn't really lose here. So Sandoval has to get through 6 innings for us to lose this pick with the line at 17. And I think against this Dodgers lineup that's been great against left-handed pitching this season, been very patient against left-handed pitching, and then now facing a pitcher that struggles to, sometimes with his command, that will throw a lot of pitches per at bat. This does feel like a good spot to take this under on Sandoval. He really struggled in his last start against the Giants. What was a pretty tough matchup. The Giants have been great against left-handed pitching this season. Wouldn't be surprised to see Sandoval struggle again here in another tough matchup against a really good team that hits left-handed pitching very well. So these are the 2 props we're going to roll with for tonight, guys. 2 pitching outs props. We're going to be taking Chris Paddock for more than 16.5 pitching outs and Patrick Sandoval for less than 17 pitching outs. So if you guys are going to tell me on these 2 plays, let's hit both these plays tonight, make some money on this MLB slate. I do always appreciate you guys watching these Prizepicks videos, supporting the content. Make sure to hit that like button down below if you did enjoy. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And again, if you guys are new to Prizepicks, if you don't have an account on Prizepicks, use that promo code NOAH when you sign up to get your first deposit matched up to $100. But good luck, guys. Thanks for watching as always. We'll see you in the next video.